Hi folks, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different in the sense that, well, first of all, I'm on it, and it's going to be discussing a pet sit which we've recently done in Spain, which we do like Spain, but this one was a little bit different. We got here expecting it to be a regular pet sit, as the welcome pack described it, as a warm, comfortable house with central heating and all the amenities, a car included, everything that we would expect to find in a regular pet sit. And it had all of those things. The one thing that it failed to mention in the pack was that it was completely off-grid. So we arrived here in the evening, and when we came in, we were a little bit surprised that, well, there was central heating, but you couldn't use it. There was a big generator, a note, sort of a welcome pack explaining how to make things run using the solar panels and the generator together. There's a list of things that you can do and things that you definitely cannot do. And if you don't do these things in the right order, basically you'll run out of power. So in today's video, I'm going to go through what we've learned, basically, what you have to do this correctly, our thoughts, and basically just sum up the pet sit. So in this video, I'll talk you through the processes that we learned in order to make this function. So this particular property that we're in is outside of Alicante in the countryside. It's a very dry, mountainous region in Spain. It doesn't receive a tremendous amount of water, but what it does receive is loads of sunshine. Now, we arrived here before Christmas, so bearing in mind that we arrived at the darkest time of the year, or the shortest days of the year, if you will. As everybody knows, the winter solstice is on December 21st. We arrived here on the 23rd. So the days were short, no two ways about it, meaning that the system that's in place was kind of working at its least optimal time. Basically, it was the least sun, the coldest, darkest days that we were here. So it's a challenging time to be here. Whereas in the summer, when you have the long, hot, sunny days and the solar panels are soaking up the sun, you really don't have to consider the things that we had to consider coming here in the winter. So there are three components that make this system work. And I'll walk you through all the three components so that you can see how they work and how they work in connection with each other. And we found a few things that we would have probably done differently than the current owners. But of course, this isn't our house, and we're just able to be here and enjoy it and care for it for the few weeks that we're here. So straight off the hop, it runs 80% off solar, which is great. So you've got solar panels, you've got a gas generator, and then you've got the Repsol bottles, which you use for independent heat sources, for the hob and the oven, things like that. That all runs off the Repsol bottles, which are little gas canisters that a truck comes around and delivers. It's common throughout lots of Latin America, Asia, all over the place. You'll have seen them, very common. There is central heating, but if we were to put that on, the system would fail. We either have to have the generator on the whole time or whatever, but we were not told to use it. It wasn't in anywhere explained to use it, so we'll not use it, and we haven't used it. But the sun's been pretty consistent and pretty good. So for the most part, we wake up, we can do things like we normally would, but if you turn too many things on at once, obviously it'll drain the batteries, and then you're onto the generator. There's a few things, for example, in this house that you can't do. So for example, you can't come in and turn the oven on, or it'll just trip the system. It's too powerful. So the oven, the kettle, and an iron. So if you want to iron your clothes, obviously I forewent that and haven't, but if you wanted to, you've got to turn the generator on. So there's a whole sequence of events that happen in order to go from solar to generator, and then generator back to solar. So those three things, you have to use a generator. Also, you can't use the laundry, the washing machine, or the dishwasher at the same time. And also, more importantly, you have to use either the washing machine or the dishwasher before 10 a.m. At 10 o'clock, the hot water is charging up. The solar panels are charging up the hot water tank until 1 o'clock. So from 10 till 1, solar is charging the hot water so you can have hot showers. From 1:05 until 3 o'clock, so 1:05 until 3 o'clock, that's when you can use the dishwasher or the washing machine, but not at the same time because it'll trip the system. So one of those two, or one after the other, from 1:05 until 3 o'clock, ensuring that you finish at 3 o'clock. The reason being is that after 3 o'clock, the sun is not as strong, and the panels will need all that juice to go up until the sun sets at about 5:30. Well, it doesn't set, but it comes off the panels at that time. And then you want to have energy for your TV, lights in the evening, a little bit of heat, etc. So that's the sequence of events. Sun comes up, it starts to charge the panels. At 10 o'clock, it's fully on the panels. 10 until 1, the hot water tank is charged. From 1:05 till 3, you have a window to use the dishwasher or the washing machine. From 3 until about 6, the panels are still charging. And then after that, if you wanted to use the oven or do anything, have extra heat on, that's when the generator would need to be used. They left us money for the generator, and we've gone through to the petrol station, filled up the jerry can, and have gone through the sequence of filling it up a few times. So it's not complicated. It's not hard. It's just something that we've never experienced. And there's a system and a process to it. And as long as you respect the system, there's no problems whatsoever. As long as you're a little bit organized and you preempt when the days are going to be sunny, when there's no sun, and you adjust the way you use your energy, essentially. Another thing is, this has given us a great respect and understanding of how much we consume, how we consume, and it's just made us very aware of, in the West, how we can just flick things on, use things without really much consideration. Obviously, we have a smart meter in the UK, so we are aware of how much we're using gas and electric, but when there's the potential that it just will run out, or you have to go fill up some gas to be able to have your power, you have a totally different respect for it, and you use things in a very, very different way. Okay, so hopefully that all made sense and you were able to learn a couple things. I know we learned a lot from this. I think we come out of this sit much better off with a great appreciation for what's the potential for solar power is, the need for generators, and just a greater understanding of how we use energy and the potential for the future and our consumption. And of course, less consumption is better. And I do have other videos that I'll be bringing out on less is more and how we've managed to travel for so long on so little, and some of the tips and tricks and ideas that we've done. But on this particular one, I'd like to wrap up by saying thanks for watching. This has been a fantastic sit, and definitely looking forward to more sits off grid and potentially moving off grid ourselves in the future. If you've not already liked and subscribed, please do, and have a great day.